Hello everybody, Kaito here, and today we will talk about Dragon Quest XI, and I will tell you why the Definitive Edition update should come to other platforms as well. And before you start talking that Nintendo owns the Definitive Edition update, I googled it and couldn't find anything about it. So without a real source, which means a real state of the developer, not a Reddit post or something, then it has not happened. But what I could find is that Square Enix is, quote, unsure to bring the Definitive Edition update to the other platforms. We all know what this means, that this will probably never come. Still, it is important to bring this update for other platforms, and now I will tell you several reasons why. So first things first. Dragon Quest XI was announced as one of the first Nintendo Switch games, but at this time it was still called the NX, and there was no mentioning about releasing extra content on it. Of course, they also stated that this will come to PS4 too, but the Japanese version of the PS4 version was a little bit different as ours. But this is not the point here. Fact is that the first Western release was a little bit different. Updated, got some small extras, and this was it. But let's finally get to the point. The Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch has been announced after the release of the PS4 and Steam version. The developers said that they originally wanted to release all versions at the same time, but they didn't want to let the other players wait till the Switch version is finished. For me, this sounds a little bit like an excuse to get double money for the game. But this is just my opinion. I and probably many other players would have waited if they could and would get the extra content too for their preferred platform. So in short, one of the reasons is Nintendo came too late to the party. I give them credit for one thing. The PS4 and Steam version looks on some points much more better than the Switch version. But graphic is not everything, right? Please don't misunderstand me here. I am not a Nintendo hater. I just don't like if other versions get more stuff and extra contents as other versions. I play a lot of Nintendo stuff for myself. But the next reason is that it would be just fair. So what I mean with that is that PS4 and Steam players already paid for the game. Many people don't want to buy it for full price again. So it would be just fair to release the update for the other platforms too. If it really is difficult to bring that update, they can say we need to pay a small amount for that. Like 10 or 20 euros/dollars. I would pay for it, to be honest. The PS4 and Steam version feels unfinished compared to the Switch version. Well, what does it mean? If you compare the Nintendo Switch version with the other versions, you get the feeling that they haven't finished their thoughts on these versions. Many things have been added, certain scenes, 2D mode, new soundtrack, and so on, etc. The list is nearly endless. This is also an important reason why they should give the update to the other platforms, because we already paid full price for the game, and we got that. Don't get me wrong, the game is fantastic. The version on PS4 and Steam is still fantastic, but compared, it feels just like something really important is missing, even story elements. One of the things which bugs me is that we can of course decide which version we want to play, but how could we know which version is better and then decide if the developers are not playing with open cards? I mean, if they would have told us from the very beginning that there will be an updated version of the game, I would have waited for it. And many other people probably too. I could also start now with a 3DS version of the game, but that would be something which I highly doubt that it will come out. Because the 3DS is a dying handheld, and that's why I not see a reason to talk about this version. Still, I'm not a Nintendo hater, even if it sounds like it sometimes. No, I'm glad for the Nintendo players who are not having a PS4 or not having a PC or not playing on PC, that they indeed can play this awesome game. But overall, this is just not fair to the people who have already paid for it. somehow it feels you get a little bit betrayed and don't want to trust the developer anymore. So the main reason for bringing this update to the other platforms is that it would be just fair. Square Enix, if you see that, you probably will not, and probably many other players, would also pay for the update. So put it in for around 15 euros / dollars and we are all fine. But this is just my opinion why they should release the update for the other platforms. Tell me your opinion in the comments below. But for now, I only can say thank you everybody so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe so I can grow, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye and see you soon!